everybody, my name is Emma and I just had about 17 heart attacks, no joke. For those of you, well, surely you can tell by the title of this video, but this is a review of what I thought of Sony's 2015 E3 conference. What the actual fuck, I lost my mind. I think I legit cried at some point. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm going to try to. Yeah, so this conference was pretty much, so, I do YouTube, I ask all the time, can you give me a list of what your most anticipated games are? And some people just give me like a big pipe dream list. They list out everything that's not going to happen all in the same thing. Like, oh, we're gonna get Final Fantasy. Oh, I also want Half-Life. Like, it's just the biggest pipe dream list. Sony fucking gave us a pipe dream list. Like, I don't know how it blew my mind. First of all, just, like, I didn't expect much from this conference. I thought, like, predicting getting into this show, there was sort of a trifecta of games. I thought that we were gonna at least see one of them, at the show. So I was like, The Last Guardian, either that, Gorilla's new game, or Media Molecule's new game. And I was sure if we were gonna get one, we'd only get one. They fucking brought all three! All fucking three! So they start the conference up, and straight away they're like, hey, we know that you've been waiting for this for a while, and just BAM! Chuck in The Last Guardian. Like, fucking hell, no, I still think I'm dreaming. Like, I can't function that this is actual real life. So Last Guardian, obviously it is redone for the PS4 this time around. Previously, like, this has been announced or in development since like 2007. So we're talking, what, 7-8 years ago? That's maths, I'm not good at maths. But it has been there for so long, and all the years I've been watching E3s and Game Coms, I've always been like, it's gonna probably come this year, and this year I was like, I am not predicting this because it is not real. They have trashed this game, it is gone, and then they fucking throw it out. I was obviously live tweeting the thing, and my actual Twitter feed just was like a scroll. Like, once you tweeted, you couldn't see your tweet. That is how far down everyone was just going absolutely fucking ballistic. And then after, like, the emotional thing of that, so, well, pretty much just a description of the game, it looks fucking fantastic. I'm excited to see them bring back the puzzles of this type of game. The dog, bird, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I'm excited to see how that interacts with everything, and just wow. And then, like, off that, I'm like, alright, that was, like, the big thing of the conference. I was already, like, freaking the fuck out. Then they're like, oh, hey, Guerrilla Games, do you wanna come out and show your game? I was like, what the fuck? You're showing us another big game of the trifecta of PlayStation exclusives. And, they come out, they show this game. It's pretty much, it reminded me of Avatar. So the game is called Horizon Zero Dawn, by the way. Reminded me of Avatar in a weird way. It is a third-person action RPG, my favorite fucking genre, and it's open world as well. Just wow. So female protagonists, obviously. I like female protagonists because there is not that many, though this E3 they have brought in a lot more, which is awesome. But they showed you fucking hunting this, like, robot dinosaur, and it was just a sick plan. If you have not seen this game, I can't actually describe it. But this is, like, just completely blown me away. They've been working on this game for a while, and, like, if you guys don't know Guerrilla, they are the devs of Killzone. Like, please, don't let them touch Killzone again. Fuck Killzone. Take that away. Give me more Horizon. All day, every day. Just wow. And, well, I'm gonna go through the actual big hitting news first. So the actual other big hitting news was they were like, oh yeah, Square Enix, come out here. And they did announce Hitman, but I'll talk about that in a second. They were like, Final Fantasy VII. You know Final Fantasy VII. Everyone knows Final Fantasy VII. The game which notoriously everyone asks for all the time, but will never, ever get a remake. And guess what? They fucking just come out and be like, yeah, it's getting remade. In the trailer, just I think that was the point where I was like, I cannot handle this. Like, everything they did in this conference pretty much was just perfect. This E3 was one of the best E3 conference upon conference that I've seen, and I was like, there is no way Sony can even come close, and they just completely destroyed it. Back to Hitman, that looks pretty cool. I'm assuming it is like a type of reboot sort of thing. We didn't get to actually see much gameplay of that. It was just a CG trailer of a girl swinging in a pool. But you did get to see Agent 47 in the end, so that was all good. The third game from that trifecta of PlayStation exclusives, which they were going to announce, which they didn't really show, so it is called Dream. It is by Media Molecule, the people that have done Little Big Planet and Tearaway. So they're like the biggest, in my opinion, the most creative in terms of actual getting users to create things and how they build their worlds out of all Sony's developers. I was actually, like, not confused, but I thought that they were going to include Morpheus. Like, I was pretty sure they were going to have that in there. But that didn't actually demo with that, which is interesting. They said they were going to come with that at Paris Games Week, so that was more just the announcement. Like, the gameplay was really weird. Like, it looked like you were, like, fucked on drugs, which is what it looked like. But, still, just wow. I am still just in absolute shock that that was all a thing. And on to other, like, massive games. So I'm not really in the fandom for Shenmue, but that also made people explode as of recording. Let me refresh this. It has raised over $800,000 of its $2 million goal, just from backers of the thing. It was actually interesting how they promoted a Kickstarter on a conference. I thought that was a bit weird, to be honest. Like, Sony surely has the money to do that, but it reduces the risk, and they know people are going to pay for it in the end, so I have no doubt that that game is probably going to meet its goal. If it didn't, people would be upset and just put more money into it until they got it. The big announcement, which most of you guys probably don't actually care about, but is big for PlayStation, is when I watched the Xbox conference, I was like, okay, when's Call of Duty gonna come out? When's Call of Duty gonna come out? And didn't come out. And I was like, oh my god. Activision is not going to let a console exclusive, like, DLC pack, not be on one of the consoles. So I was saying, like, it's coming to PlayStation. Like, PlayStation is going to take over Call of Duty. And even if you don't care about Call of Duty, like, I'm not the biggest Call of Duty fan. I enjoy the games, but that's pretty much it. But the fact that they are changing this whole landscape, which Call of Duty was always associated with Xbox. Everyone that wanted to play Call of Duty was on Xbox, so this is probably going to change the competitive scene. It's probably going to change just in general all those random dudes who, you know, they only play a couple of games a year and they want the DLC first on COD because they love COD. Now they're going to have to come to PlayStation, so that was a massive move business-wise for Sony, so claps to them for that as well. That obviously didn't have as big as a reaction from people, but business-wise, that is a massive deal. They also showed a couple of more games. I will get to the biggest game at the end. They showed Firewatch, which has been my computer background for ages, which doesn't involve combat or whatnot. You're just talking to a girl on a walkie-talkie sort of thing, and you're obviously in a forest. So that's coming to PlayStation first, but I am just seriously pumped for that game. Like, gimme. They also showed off Street Fighter, the exclusive Street Fighter for PlayStation and PC, as well as some Destiny stuff. I really don't care about those two, so I'm not going to discuss them that much. Now on to Morpheus. I actually thought that they were going to spend a lot more time on stage with Morpheus, but they didn't, which is fine. But it was interesting they were doing some like multiplayer stuff with Morpheus, which I did not expect to see. I expected to see something like they did with HoloLens at the Xbox conference, but that's interesting that they sort of took it out with doing that, so they didn't really demo it or anything like to the extent. I have a feeling that the actual PlayStation floor at E3 is going to be full, but that is, you know, it wasn't that prominent in the show. And now for the big ender, I was like, I know what this is. Everyone knows what this is coming to. They showed off some more Uncharted 4 gameplay. The game actually glitched when they started to play it, so they had to restart it. But you know, that's fine. Well, it's a tech demo on stage. Sometimes things fuck up. Confirmed, Sully is back. Him and Drake, and my favorite part about a lot of the interactions is just their mad banter. And they're driving down in this city in a car. I hope we actually get to, like, fully control the car, because that looked really damn cool. We're driving down in that, and they're just saying, like, really dumb stuff to each other, like, oh, this is the first time that this guy's drove, sorry. It was just amusing in this, like, madness, and I think that's sort of the differentiation that Uncharted has versus a lot of games which have a sort of similar gameplay, like Tomb Raider or whatnot. But yeah, there were just, like, really small things, and I pointed this out before, which Uncharted 4 is going to probably focus on, is just the little things which make the big difference in immersion. So we're talking about things like Nathan Drake punched someone and his hat flew off. Those sort of things where, obviously, it wasn't sort of possible on PS3, and them just wanting to step up to the next level of immersion in Uncharted. They also showed some Star Wars stuff in the conference, but we already saw it at EA. That looks really cool, even though I'm not really into Star Wars that much, so it's not really, like, top of my radar, but I still definitely want to check that out and see that out, like, more. I just wow, this is the best conference I've ever seen, I've heard of ever in my life. This was better than the PS4 announcement of price. This is just everything that you would think is a fan fiction conference. Like, this was what Sony brought today. And I'm interested to see how they work with that going forward. I'm trying to think if there was any other games. They did show Batman, they showed Until Dawn, which are both coming relatively soon. Obviously, Batman is not an exclusive, but Until Dawn is, so I'm excited to check that out as well. Please tell me in the comments what you thought of this conference. I wonder if you're as blown away as me, because I can't handle, I don't know how they did this. Like, it just blew me away times 10 billion. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Alright, see ya!